What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Eddie Hearn. The CEO of Matchroom Promotions says that he claims Anthony Joshua could snub Wilder and Fury by retiring if he wins the Ruiz rematch. So, he says Anthony Joshua could retire if he beats Andy Ruiz in a rematch. It would mean Joshua walking away from matchups with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. When asked if he would be interested in fighting Joshua against Wilder should Fury pull out, Hearn he said, yeah, sure. The only focus for AJ is to win the fight against Ruiz. He says, I think if Ruiz was to win, then Al Haymon would probably try to make the fight with Wilder ASAP. If AJ was to win, who knows what he's going to do? He might retire. Who knows? All the focus is just on beating Andy Ruiz and AJ becoming the unified world heavyweight champion again for the third time. Hearn also responded to bizarre shouts from his fans, quoting from social media account No Context Hearn. So, how do I counterpunch this? Where do I begin? I think that based on what we've seen, based on these last two fights of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, really more so than Tyson Fury with his poor ticket sales. You know, I did a video about that earlier today with only 3,500, Wilder being rejected from Showtime. They don't even want to they don't even want to invest in the guy that stayed loyal to them. So now it's on Fox by default. Fox picked it up, thank God, for Ortiz, right? And if Anthony Joshua decides to retire, do you know what that means for the sport of heavyweight boxing? And really boxing overall. That could really put them in a bind because here's the deal. When Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight, they can only fight this is probably the last time we would want to see a rematch between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't make that any more spicier than you did last time. It ended in a draw. That's probably the best possible outcome for Deontay Wilder, so we can do it all again. That gave Wilder incentive to want to focus on Fury to right his wrongs, so he says. So he was all focused on fighting Tyson Fury. Now, the problem is when Joshua lost, the stock of the heavyweight division went down. So if Joshua was to say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to beat Ruiz, then I'm going to retire from the sport of boxing. The money leaves the sport of boxing also. I did a video a while back, and it was somewhere around along. What if Anthony Joshua wasn't in the heavyweight division? What if he wasn't even in the picture? How would the heavyweight division be? And I'm going to tell you, this reminds me of that. What will become of the heavyweight division if Anthony Joshua retires? That's just like Canelo leaving the middleweight division with all that money. But it's even more so because Anthony Joshua was honestly more of a target. Okay? He was more of a target because he was getting single fight purses that were just massive. 35 million his last fight. 25 million pounds his other fight. It's just crazy. You know what I mean? That's the craziest thing about Joshua. So everyone would target that. And then they act like they didn't want it. So if he was saying, fuck you, good night, right? If he just said bye, peace, sayonara, arrivederci, right? If he said all those things and just left the sport of boxing, well, Tyson Fury and Wilder are not really big enough to entertain the heavyweight division or to keep it live by themselves. The idea of someone coming in, you need someone like Usyk. You need someone like Vladimir Klitschko coming back. You need something that's going to spice up the heavyweight division. Because without Joshua was that person that brought all the money there, that brought all the interest there. And the reason they done it, and the reason he was able to bring all that money to the heavyweight division was, for one, he was a gold Olympian. And then for two, he took riskier fights. He took fights that people wanted to see. He took fights with top 10 contenders. He took fights with ex-champions. He unified the championship. Ain't none of them motherfuckers did it. Tyson Fury upset Vladimir Klitschko and never defended the title. Okay, so he was out. All we had was Wilder. That's all we had, Wilder yelling bomb squad. That's all we had. Okay? If we just have Wilder and Fury, the heavyweight division, it will suck. Because nobody would really want to see Wilder, and then Wilder knows by now he fucked the money up. He knows that, damn, we should have had that money. That's why he's like, you better fight me or forever hang up his gloves. Now you're talking like you got some sense. See, what Eddie Hearn is saying is like, you know what? We took all the risk. But with all the risk that came the success, that came the rewards. See, Joshua got all that. How do you think he got all those endorsements? He got all those endorsements from the success he was making in the ring and the things that he was doing in the ring, unlike everyone else. Everyone else, Wilder, Fury was getting drunk and getting high somewhere, right, for the last 3 years. So he wasn't doing shit. Well, Deontay Wilder was fighting whoever they told him to fight that looked good or to make him look good. But those people that made him look good were no one. These were nobodies. And some of these guys still gave him a run for the money. Duhaupas. He went 11 rounds with Duhaupas. Okay. So did Jarrell Miller. He went 12. You know, the Spilka, Stavern twice. What the fuck is that? You finally just last year fight Ortiz. You know what I mean? You wait to fight a dangerous opponent. Now get this, you beat him, you filed him, you had help beating him. But then it's like, okay, well, damn, what else you got? You know? So yeah, I think I think Eddie's right. If he left the sport of boxing, all the bullshitting they were doing, saying they were lowballing him, there ain't enough money, and they ain't making shit. Deontay Wilder didn't make enough money for him to even brag about him making money. Make that shit make sense. You can't even brag about the money that you made. You had to keep it quiet because you knew when someone finds out you made $10 million to fight Brazil instead of $20 million you could have got from DAZN, that shows the Showtime didn't give a fuck about you then. Okay? So you pissed over that money, pissed off that opportunity. He's talking about Jarrell Miller. He did the same. He did a worser claim because he had more fucking money. He had more to gain than Jarrell Miller did. Jarrell Miller might have made 7, 8, 9 million maybe. Where this motherfucker's making a fucking, 91 million dollars? Who's the biggest fool? None of you guys got in the ring with AJ, so why are you crying for AJ now? If AJ beats Ruiz and says, you know what, I'm going to retire from the sport of boxing, these guys are fighting bums and I'm not going to fight bums, so guess what? I'm going to pull the plug. Okay, well that pulls the plug on all the money. You know what I mean? So yeah, it would be shitty. You know, they would be snubbed. You know what I mean? Because they played games themselves. Fury this is what I see Fury doing. Fury just wanted to make it appear that he wanted to fight the best. Fury wanted to fight Deontay Wilder because he knew I got his number. I know I can outbox this guy because this guy can't box. The only thing is he fucked around and got hit a couple times. Okay? So, with Wilder, I don't even think that Wilder really wanted to test himself through his career anyway. Because even if Shirley Finkel himself said, okay, Deontay, we're going to take it slow. No, you're not going to fight Klitschko. But she let Anthony Joshua fight him, and Anthony Joshua got all the glory that Deontay Wilder could have received for fighting Vladimir Klitschko. And even if he told him no, he should have been his own man and was like, no, I want to fight them. You're my manager. That's cool. You manage me, but you're not my fucking boss, are you? You see what I'm saying? That's the thing you ask yourself. It's either, he could have asked for it. Who knows? Maybe he did ask for it. Hell, I wouldn't have fly on the wall. But at the end of the day, that guy told the public that he didn't want any. So no, you guys weren't even you guys weren't even serious about Wilder's career. So no, the money was not there because the risk weren't there that he took. If he wanted to take a risk, he would have fought Klitschko. He would have fought Ortiz 3 fucking years ago. He would have fought Dillian White. He would have fought all these guys. He didn't. He fought 2 mandatories in 4 years. That's crazy all by itself. So no, the money's not there. Now, Tyson Fury, on the other hand, now he signed that contract. Yes, I can understand why he ducked or avoided that fight with Deontay Wilder because he wanted that $100 million. I would have done the same shit. Okay, I fought you for $3 million. Fuck that. I'm going to take $100 million and I'll see you later. And this is what's happening. Now it's his 3rd fight and he's still going to fight Deontay Wilder, but he's getting the money behind it for fighting no ones. So yes, I do agree with Eddie Hearn. He claims that, he leaves it initially up to AJ, but he says, well, yeah, they bullshitted us. We wanted those fights. They didn't take those fights. Shit, we lost. Fucking around with them. So guess what? When we win, focus on that fight. Okay, we don't have to give you another opportunity. And you know something, honestly, I agree because Wilder could have took, and he had so many opportunities to make this fight. And I will be real. I was one of the ones last year when that $50 million offer, that now I call it a situation, but when it was an offer and people thought it was a legitimate offer, I was one of those ones that like, okay, no, Anthony Joshua said that. You shouldn't have said that if you didn't mean that. You can go back and watch my videos. And so I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, AJ. You should have fucking not said that shit on national TV because they're going to call you bluff. Right? And because of that, at first, I was like, hey, that's fucked up. You did say, hey, you give me $50 million, I'll fight you tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I was one of those guys that was like, well, wait a minute. You did say that. That's what you said. We can only go about what people say and what comes out of their mouth. And that happened at that time. Okay. But we started to peel away at the onion. And what we found out is Frank Warren saying this, Lou DiBella saying that, right? Okay. Deontay Wilder saying this, Shelly Finkel saying that. These guys can't get their story straight. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, that's shady. So it was going to be on a whole nother network, and they were actually trying to buy out Anthony Joshua, by making him an offer of that amount of money that he said he wanted. But okay, but $100 million, 50 per fight? That's what you offered Anthony Joshua. So that means whatever you offered Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua asked for it, that ain't good enough for you? 2 times? Come on, man. So no. If he does that and he decides to say, see you guys later, adios. If he does that, yeah, it's going to pull the plug on the money because the money was coming from that side of the street, people. So if that side of the street decides, hey, we're shutting it down, that's it. The money's gone. So yes, I agree with Eddie Hearn. You guys tell me what you think about Eddie Hearn's statements. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.